Welcome in. My name is Arya and I'm a research analyst at FinChat, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the most insane charts of 2024, a year that was defined by the euphoric highs made with the S&P, coming off a 20% plus year in 2023, a continuation of the age of AI, followed by the whole debacle with the Bitcoin Microstrategy side of things, and of course, you have companies racing to new all-time highs on what seemed like a weekly basis, with there being no price investors wouldn't pay. And so with that being said, in order to demonstrate this all to you, we're going to navigate over to the finchat.io website, the world's greatest stock research platform, which you can actually try out for free using the link down below. Now, with that being said, the first comparison we're going to look at is the market cap of Salesforce and Palantir. And so in order to do that, we're going to pull up Salesforce to start us off with, and you'll see that right away that puts us in the analysis tab. Now, because we're actually comparing two different companies, what we're going to want to do is navigate over to the charting tab from the left-hand side of your screen. And from here, we're able to pull in both Salesforce and Palantir. And then from the metrics dropdown on the left-hand side of your screen, you're able to pull in the market cap of both these different companies. So actually, one thing to notice with this is that it currently shows the market cap on a by company basis. So you'll be able to see the Salesforce market cap and the Palantir market cap independent of one another. But instead, if you're going to want to compare them on the same chart, you're going to want to select single panel from the drop down here. And actually what we're going to want to do is zoom this in to the time frame where Palantir has been public. And so you'll see that by mid-February, Palantir had almost surpassed Salesforce in terms of market cap and becoming the third biggest software company. And next up, another one of the great charts that we identified from 2024 was the share repurchase of a very powerful brand in the Monster Beverage Corporation. And so if we just simply pull in the common stock, repurchase of common stock, we're going to get rid of the market cap and switch this over to an annual view. And you'll see that Monster, for most of its life, has been a business that has done a moderate amount of share repurchases, particularly in 2016. They did a significant amount of share repurchases, but right away, 2024 was an exceptional year in terms of stock buybacks for this company. And actually another way where we can sort of demonstrate this to you is if we toggle on the buyback yield, and then I'm just going to click hide on share repurchases. It is a sporadic metric to kind of look at, especially for some companies such as Monster. But you'll see that even in the roughly 2016-2017 period, they were doing roughly about 8% or so in buybacks. And actually as of recent, they were again doing 8% in buybacks. Another company that seemed like it was all the rave in 2024 was Microstrategy with their unique method of going about holding Bitcoin. Now, if we bring in Microstrategy and we actually flow down to the segments and KPIs and scroll down all the way to the bottom to the key performance indicators section, there's a couple different interesting KPIs that they have here, but the one that we're going to be looking at is the market value of Bitcoin held. And then instead of an annual view, we're actually going to click on quarterly view. You'll see that by the end of Q4, with the meteoric rise in the Bitcoin price, consequently, MicroStrategy's market value of those Bitcoins went up right along with it. Another massive trend of 2024 was the continuation of the age of AI. What better way to sort of demonstrate this than to bring in the Capex figures of the biggest spenders on this AI technology? And so if we bring in the sort of four main customers of NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, or the so-called hyperscalers, and then additionally we bring in the capital expenditures of these four different companies. Again, this is currently on a by company view, but if we wanted to bring them in all together, you're going to click on single panel. Now, this chart does seem a little bit cluttered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this stacked bar chart icon to sort of clean it up a bit more. Again, the numbers are rather large here, so I'm actually going to click on billions. And now we have a cleaner look into the rise in CapEx by these big tech companies. We've seen a huge ramp halfway through 2023 in terms of how much they're spending on CapEx. Now, this is only on a quarterly view here, but actually, if we go over to a annual view, you actually end up with 20 years of historical data for these four businesses. Granted, I think Meta actually only went public in around 2011 or 12, so the historical data only goes back to then for Meta in particular. And at last, actually, we're going to go back over to the analysis tab, and we're going to go into Applovin Corporation, a software company that helps out with the monetization of mobile apps and consequently the mobile app advertising and the marketing functions involved there. And so on the right-hand side of your screen, you're actually given a handful of basic metrics to look at, particularly around the stock price and that cohort of metrics. So actually, if we click on this little square, it'll blow it up and make it easier to see. From the drawdown, I'm going to select the percentage change, and we're going to have to cherry pick the dates to bring your beginning date at the start of 2023. Of course, Applovin has actually fell a lot in the recent, call it, month or so. But at its peak in February, it had returned close to 5,000% since the start of 2023. And again, if we select from the drop down to go over to the market cap, you'll see that it went from a market cap of around $4 billion all the way to $173 billion at the peak in mid-February. So there you have it. Those are the most insane charts of 2024. And of course, FinChat isn't restricted to just the comparisons that we made in today's video. You can actually get 2 weeks of our highest tier FinChat Pro completely for free with no card required. And you're more than welcome to go try out the platform and make your own comparisons and charts. Thank you for watching and have a great day.